Thank you, Peter. Good morning and good morning to our viewers.
Perhaps you can give us a little bit more understanding about how it is that these men have arrived in Eswatini, and if they have in fact served their sentences in the United States. In other words, they should be free men. Why are they in jail?
That's the complex question, Peter, because they arrived in Eswatini through the secretive deal between the United States government and the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini. And upon arrival, I was given instructions to go and see them by an attorney in US. Initially, I was instructed to see two of these men, and then eventually two other attorneys in the US reached out to me, and I was given instructions to see them all. Then I was denied access. But then the question is, why are they in the kingdom, in the kingdom's jail? Because they committed no offense in Eswatini. They didn't break any laws of the territory of Eswatini, and they've served their sentences. And to worsen the situation, they are now denied legal access. If someone is in prison, he has a right to legal access unless you want or anyone else wants to tell me that this is a case of human trafficking.
No access to your client at this stage. What are the authorities saying? How are they explaining your being not allowed to see him?
There's been a various responses, Peter, and they've been evasive about it. At first, they said they are denying me access on the basis that these men were still new in the kingdom, they were acclimatizing, and they were yet to call their relatives back home. They were preparing a facility that will enable the prison to be able to make external calls because apparently the facilities doesn't allow external calls to outside the borders of Eswatini. So that was the first reason that I was given. The second reason was that they were looking at other ways in which I can make the consultation with them. The third and the final reason, I had a meeting with the General Commissioner of Correctional Services, and she gave me her word that I will see this man. And when I went to the prison to see them, the last reason that was given to me was that they themselves are now refusing to come see me. They are citing safety concerns, and they are also saying they do not know me, so that's why they are refusing to sign me. And I must mention, Peter, that that turned out to be a lie because later that day they called back home, and when their relative asked them, "Why did you refuse to see an attorney who had said to come see you?" These men were shocked. They were perplexed as to what are you talking about? Because when there was never a conversation about an attorney in prison to come and see us.
I mean, this is unprecedented. Has this ever happened in Eswatini before?
It's unprecedented, Peter, and it is. We actually we wouldn't even have known about this had the South African media not been vigilant, because we learned this through the South African media. After the Assistant Secretary of State issued a statement, the South African media was able to pick it up. And when it started gaining traction in the South African media space, that's when government issued a statement now acknowledging the arrival of these men. So it's unprecedented, and but for the media, wouldn't even have known, their relatives wouldn't even have known that they are here.
So these men have not been charged with anything. We don't know why they're in prison, and we have no idea how long they might be imprisoned for under this arrangement.
Yes, Peter, you understand that you have to be in prison for two reasons. One, you are a remand, that you are in prison because you are awaiting trial. The second reason you have to be in prison is that you have been convicted of a crime. You are serving sentence. It should be one of the two. Now, these men have not been charged for any offense here in Eswatini. Even back in the US, they have served their sentences, they have done their time. And if the USA does not desire them in their own territory, a process should have been made, as it has already been started, to facilitate their return back home, instead of, for example, lying that their own countries do not even want them, while you are trying to justify the reason that you do not want them in their own territory.
Eswatini's constitution, I guess, is clear that this is not allowed. I know that there's a quite a high-profile challenge underway at the moment about this. How far are we with that case, and what's being argued?
So the case is going to return to court on the 16th of September. What basically is argued in that case is that I want access. The court should order the decision of the Commissioner of Correctional Services not to grant me access unlawful and allow and order that I be granted access to these men. In the event that the commissioner insists that she does not want me to have access in her facility, these men should then be taken out of prison to court so that I can have proper and adequate consultation. We are still waiting the government papers because they have only filed a notice of intention to oppose the application. A month later, they are yet to file the answering affidavit. We are still waiting for the answering affidavit because some of the things that the chief officer of the Matsapa Correctional Service said, which was rather bizarre and shocking to me, was that if I want to see this man, I must go and seek permission from the American embassy. So I find that to be absurd. So I'm interested into seeing if that they will reduce that into writing and put it in the answering affidavit, because nowhere should I, in my own territory, in my own kingdom, where I am lawfully allowed to practice law, be ordered to seek permission from another state. I think that's just rather bizarre. So that's where the court process is at the moment. And we are hoping that on the 16th, the matter will be argued fully and the judge will make a proper determination.
Are these gentlemen all US citizens?
No, they are not all US citizens. So they come from 5 countries, and some of them have declared, Peter, that if the US does not desire them in their own territory, they are ready to go back home. They rather go and struggle back home. So there was no reason at all to take them to the Kingdom of Eswatini, where they have no ties, very far away from their family, and without legal representation. And it's surprising, Peter, even if they are allowed to call home through the chief officer's cell phone, where they make a video call for 2 minutes. I think it's once a week, if I'm not mistaken. And it seems to me, if I hear from my clients, that even those calls you can equate them to what is called a kidnap call. A call that's just seeks to say, hey, I'm here, I'm alive. There
Right.
is no conversation about
Sibusiso,
the
we're going to have to
welfare.
leave it there, unfortunately, because of time. But thank you so much indeed for giving us some information on this very bizarre and unusual situation. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Peter.
That's Sibusiso Nhlabatsi, who's a human rights lawyer based in Eswatini. 5 nationals deported from the US in prison in Eswatini. No charge. We don't know why. Brother Benjamin, very quickly, what's coming up?